Okay. Yes, I know I'm late. Sorry. Yeah. Assignment. What is the protocol for being on time for the stream? I don't know. Yeah, what's up, Rack Dog? What's up, Matt? What's up, Battle Angel? Let's see. Let's see here. Invite. Copy. Paste. Chat. Yeah, what's up, East Coast Gridiron? Yeah, what's up, Daniel? Yeah, there's a StreamYard if anyone wants to be on the show. Is Saleen running for governor? No, I don't think so. Yeah, 12 more Saturdays without college football. That's right. Yeah, what's up, Stingray?
Woo! Football! Woo! Football!
Oh, still not playing on my headphones. There we go. Now let's try it.
Woo! Football!
There we go. That's better. Yeah, 12 more Wednesdays. Yeah, without Saleen. Yeah, I hope not. Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, why you why you yes, sir, why you hate Celine?
Oh my god! Now that's a kick to the balls.
Oh my god!
Stop mistreating SaleenDriver. Yeah, what's up, Twisted Rooster? Yeah, we appreciate you doing the stream this afternoon. I appreciate you being here, Stingray. Yeah, that's right. He's not doing it this week. That's right. Yeah, that's right, Jerry. Yep, and there's Saleen. As I know, you haven't offended Sir Saragua, other than being alive and or being a Gator fan. All right, well, come on in, Celine. There's the link right there, or anyone else who wants to join. If Slim or Rooster, if y'all want to come on, or Baylor Man or Stingray or BA, or Sir Ugg, Baylor Man, anyone's welcome to come on. East Coast Gridiron. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Yeah, like I said, anyone come on here. Rack Dog, Matt. Yeah, anyone can come on here. Or you, Jerry. Yeah, anyone. Anyone, like I said, anyone can join. Yeah, so what do y'all think about this SEC schedule here? Should they do the 366 or the 177? Yeah, my vote is that they do the 366. 'Cause that would, preserve more rivalries every year, and plus, as an SEC fan, of course, the more SEC games, the better. It's like if 8 is good, 9 is better. Where's it? Here it is.
If 1 is good, 2 are better. And 3, well, that's just good business.
Yep. There you go. SaleenDriver. Okay. Yeah, what's up, Saleen? Or excuse me, shell of a Saleen. Yeah.
I am a shell of my former self. I'm on my way to an appointment, so I can't stay long.
Okay.
I do not know what I did to offend Sir Aga. I never called him Saragoo or Sarah or
Saragua,
any of the other cutesy names that y'all have come up with.
Yeah, well, actually, that was someone on an Edward stream who came up with that one.
I've been hearing about this Edward character. This happened after I left, so I don't know anything about it.
Nah, Edward was around before you stopped doing your streams. I think Edward was still around.
Yeah, but I don't know about any of the all this new thing about shitting on streams and doing all kinds of. I missed all that. Thank God. No, Jerry, not a prostate exam. I think Jerry's projecting there.
Look, Addison Book is here. Yeah, good evening, Addison.
I will clear up a couple of things real quick, if I may. I do plan on starting up again, sooner rather than later, because I know Vic probably has better things to do, and I have not, am not, and will not instruct Vic on what to do on Wednesday afternoon or what to say. So I don't know where that got started, but everyone seems to think I'm programming you, Vic, and I find that to be insulting to you.
Yes, right. That's right. That you're behind me. That's right. That's right. You're controlling.
That's right. Yeah,
you're controlling everything from behind the scenes. That's right.
That's right. Well, as King of the Jews, I mean that's what.
Right. You're like the right? You're like the Darth Sidious of YouTube. So.
Well, Svengali,
That's right.
How you doing, Vic?
Good.
You started a little late, but
yo, what's up, Slim?
Hey, Slim.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah, I know I started. Yeah, I know I started a little late. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah. Yeah, I know that that I forgot, but yeah, which is strange. 'Cause I know that today you already texted me about it, but then I forgot. So.
No, I just texted you this afternoon.
Right until 4:10. I realized I gotta go get this thing started. So.
Well, no, you don't have to, Vic.
Yeah, you don't have
to. You just throw up the middle finger and say, "Fuck all y'all. I don't care," and roll off.
Yeah, there's plenty of other people streaming on Wednesday. You don't have to.
Yeah, there's this little button you can press on. There's this little button you can press on YouTube, and it'll show you everybody that's live on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
I
like
to do that. Just go into random streams and fuck with people.
I've done that before.
Yes. Anyway, so Saleen, since you're another SEC fan, I wanted to ask you how you feel about the SEC going to 9 conference games.
I see it as it has its good points and bad. I mean, it is necessary, I guess, considering the expansion.
Yes, it is necessary. That's
right. But I don't know. I think they could have still gotten away with eight games in conference and 4 out. I don't see this. I don't see this as a moral imperative. I don't think it had to happen. It probably is going to be nice that it does in the long run, but I didn't think it had to happen.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's either the 366 or the 177. Well, you know what I think about going to 9 games is that more SEC games is better. If 8 is good, 9 are better.
And it'll also give the non-SEC folks less ammunition.
That's right.
About all these SEC schools they play 4 cupcakes.
Yeah, that's right.
And then
well, here's a much simpler resolution of that. Don't play 4 fucking cupcakes.
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah, there should be 4 D1 schools.
And actually, I think I don't understand the thinking behind it. I think overall it's a terrible fucking idea, and I'd be pissed if the ACC did it. I mean, across the board, most people want more and or better non-con games. So your solution to that is to give them less non-con games.
Well, there is that, and I do agree with that argument. I'd rather it stayed 4 and 8, 4 non-con, 8 con, and require that the 4 non-cons be Division I schools.
Right. Well, this would it would think they say that it would save more rivalries. That it would mean more rivalries played every year with 366.
And oh, by the way,
177.
good to see Scott Kerr in here, the funny man.
I'm not that funny, man. I just wanted to say something real quickly and tell Vic that thank you for correcting me and my dumbassery today on Pigskin Pete's midday show of calling Rodrigo Blankenship Rodriguez. I lost my mind. You know what it is? I'm old. You know, I went into an antique shop the other day and they tried to keep me. That's how old I am. You know,
You're not that much older than me, sir.
I'm the one that told Ben Franklin he looks like $100. So yeah, that's what it is. So.
I know.
I'm the one that told
Lou.
Nostradamus the future.
Yeah, I know, Lou. I forgot. So
actually, what I would have suggested, I made a video of this about a year ago, and I still think it was a great idea then, and I still think it's a great idea now. FCS, take FCS completely out of the equation for the FBS, and move the FCS season to the springtime.
Yeah.
Have them play in the D1 off season, and that way they can get their own TV contracts. We get college football almost year round, and they can build up a fan base of D1 fans who are hungry for college football instead of sitting around for 8 months with nothing to watch.
Yeah, that's what they did.
And then D1 schools don't play D1 AA schools because the 1AA schools aren't playing at the same time.
All right.
And
Yeah,
I don't know if
that's what they did.
Except me.
Yeah, that's what they did in 2021 when the FCS canceled the fall season, but they played it in the spring instead. So
yeah, that was because of the Fauci flu, and I thought that was a great idea, and I thought they should have kept it.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if the cupcake games will ever go away because these small colleges get somewhere in the range of $800,000 to $1 million to play these games, which goes to their athletic programs because they're poor. And so they do play, but it is a blood sport to have these, teams that play, a giant of a team like Georgia or Ohio State or whoever it may be. And the guys are, 300 pounds versus, a guy who's 220.
Yeah, well, you get the same thing with most Group of 5 schools, with the exception of what, 6.
1AA schools is they would get, in lieu of being paid by the big schools, $1 million to play one game, they could sign TV or their conferences could sign TV contracts with the 4-letter woke network or the 3-letter network or whatever. They get TV time to put. Now, admittedly, their games are not as high quality as the D1 schools. But, I've often said myself, and I don't think anyone in here would disagree with me, that bad football is better than no football.
Yeah.
Well, it's still up in the air whether or not anybody will watch it because nobody's watching the USFL or the XFL.
Yeah.
Yeah, but college football is a different animal. In my opinion, college football is a different animal than pro football because pro football is full of a bunch of mercenaries who bounce around from team to team, chasing God knows what.
Even though college football is becoming that way.
Yeah, I was about to say college football is becoming that with the transfer portal that I hate.
Well, NIL money's changed all that.
And here's the problem with your line of thought, Vic, as far as having more conference games and preserving more rivalries. I think Lou hit the nail on the head. I completely agree with him. When you call everything a rivalry game, then nothing is a rivalry game.
Right.
Oh,
yeah, Georgia and Georgia Tech is not a rivalry game anymore, per se.
It's not.
It's not. You can. Yes, it is, because you can still look at decades where Georgia Tech dominated Georgia.
Yeah, but the win-loss record goes for Georgia in that regard. I mean, do you think that Miami and Florida is a rivalry game? I guess.
Yes.
Okay.
Even though they don't play every year.
That's like saying then the only rivalry should really be Miami and Florida State or Miami and Georgia because, well, they're close as far as game count, but Ohio State is 75 ahead of Michigan's. That's not really a rivalry. I don't buy that argument.
Well, they call it old-fashioned hate, and I get that because Georgia and Georgia Tech have played for decades or, 100 plus years, I guess, but it's not really a rivalry game because it's so one-sided.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, well,
I don't necessarily agree with that.
Just because one team dominated lately doesn't make it not a rivalry. What about the same thing with South Carolina and Clemson? I know that Clemson has owned South Carolina over the last decade, but that doesn't mean it's not a rivalry. I mean,
well, you can call it a rivalry. I mean, it's an in-state game, is what it basically is.
I mean, if
Florida State.
I mean, if you
I look at Georgia, Florida as a rivalry game.
They'll tell you.
I mean, for Georgia, I look at Georgia, Florida, and Georgia, Auburn as two big rivalry games. That's the two big rivalry games we play every year. Georgia Tech, take it or leave it.
They're still a rival. And if you ask Sea-Dog and Rec Talk, then yeah.
Mm.
Well, tell Rec Talk to put a damn shirt on.
Well, there's a big contingent of, and I'll use Georgia as an example, since we're talking about them. There's a big contingent that say Georgia Tennessee is the biggest rivalry of the year.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, because Tennessee is a better program now. Tennessee's going to be competitive against Georgia. Tennessee's going to be competitive, and I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say that because I think they're going to be very competitive in the SEC.
No, they're not.
Well, okay, Slim. Imagine that you disagreeing.
Yeah, well, I mean, most people with a set of eyes can see, outside of Tennessee fans, can see that them having that level of offense every year is not sustainable.
We'll see. I mean, look, the program's young. The program is very young. We'll see. They had a great program last year. They had a great season last year. We shall see. If they keep it up, they could be a top dog in the SEC.
Well, they got to find another half a team.
Who's got to put another half a team?
Well, Lou's trying to make a point that Ohio State and Michigan, because Ohio State is dominated, but that is two good programs. That's two great programs playing each other. Ohio State and Michigan. Those are two top tier programs playing each other. I'm saying that Georgia Tech is not a top tier program anymore.
Yeah, yes, but 5 years ago, Michigan wasn't a top tier program either. You're talking about snapshots in time.
Well, I have a different definition of rivalry games then. I think a rivalry game should be a game that is extremely competitive, not one-sided in the scoreboard. That's what I consider a rivalry game.
Right. So Georgia Tech is
okay, but from the late 80s through the 90s, Georgia Tech dominated Georgia.
Yeah.
What was that damn wishbone offense? Yeah. Is that what you're talking about?
Their win-loss record was over Georgia. I mean, didn't they win like 5 in a row?
But that's what you're looking back in time. I'm talking about today. I'm talking about the games of today, of the present, of the distant future too. Of this, the nearby future.
In the distant future, it's going to be that way again. In the distant future, Ohio State's going to be dog crap, and Michigan's going to run over them. That's how all these teams go.
Maybe so. I'm glad that you have the damn foresight to see. Do you have a crystal ball there that I'm not aware of, Slim, to know all this stuff? Or do you have some sort of psychic ability You have kinesis where you can pick up pins and nickels and dimes.
I'll be right back.
What I'm able to do is look at the past and see it's repeated itself time and time again.
No, it's not. I disagree with that. But, no, it does not. No, not in football. It does not. Absolutely
Wait
not.
You're disagreeing that college football is cyclical. Teams go up and down.
Of course they do.
Well, that's
they
exactly
do, but look, dominant programs stay mostly dominant. Alabama's been pretty damn big dominant program. Ohio State's been a pretty big dominant program. Michigan over the years has been a very dominant program.
Okay, well, to that extent, so is Georgia Tech. They've got 6 national titles.
Oh my God, when has Georgia Tech been a powerhouse team? Come on, Slim.
They got more than both Georgia and Miami.
They have both. What? What?
Miami's only got 5 national titles. Georgia's only got, what, 4?
Oh, God, you're going back. Good God, what are you going to do? To the 1900s? I mean, for God's sake, when they're wearing leather helmets? I mean, what are you doing?
To your
that's
point,
all.
What was Alabama before Nick Saban got there? For 20 years, they were dog shit.
Not with Bear Bryant. Now, you're going way the hell back.
No. I said before Nick Saban. I'm talking from 2007 back to the 90s.
Okay, let's stay in the present. How about that? Let's try to stay like 2023 and the upcoming years ahead and what to expect in possibly the years ahead. No, I don't have no crystal ball either of what I mean, you're right. Georgia could fall off the damn cliff. I don't think they're going to fall off the cliff anytime soon under Kirby Smart, but could they? Sure they could. Absolutely. Any team could.
It's the destiny for everybody.
True.
It happens to everybody.
I mean, you look, every team, especially in football, college football, pro, whatever, they go up the mountain and eventually they have to come down the mountain. We all know that. Okay, it's just like. Pardon me?
Lou's wearing out his keyboard, man.
I was gonna say Scott, that Bama's doing that right now. They're going down the hill, basically. Their dynasty is over, I think.
The dynasty of who is over, Nate?
Bama. What they had.
I would never say Bama's dynasty is over. No, hell no. As long as Nick Saban is there, I would never ever say that. No.
He's slipping. But actually, Lou brings up a good point.
Didn't he have one of the top recruiting classes again this season?
Well, that's fine. I'll get to that in a second. Lou brings up a good point. From the mid '80s to the 2010s, Florida absolutely dominated Georgia.
They did.
Does that make it not a rivalry anymore?
No. I would say that I just told you. I said it earlier. The 2 rivalry games I look at with Georgia is Georgia, Florida, and Georgia, Auburn. That's the 2 big rivalry games. It has not been Georgia Tech, but it has been Georgia, Florida, and Georgia, Auburn. Those are the two teams I think, or the 2 games I look at as rivalry games with the Georgia program. Now, things can be different with other programs. Of course they are. I mean, yes, Michigan and Ohio State, yes, 2 big rivalry games. I mean, that's a big rivalry game.
Yep.
Clemson, South Carolina, yes, it is a rivalry game. That's true.
Underrated.
But we're talking about, I'm not talking, I don't want to go back to the damn 80s or 90s or 70s or 60s or anything else. No. I'm talking about present freaking day.
Okay, but I'm not talking about necessarily the past. I'm picking apart your argument. Clemson, South Carolina, lopsided, but that's a rivalry. Georgia, Georgia Tech, lopsided. It's not a rivalry. Please explain.
Guys, I just pulled up to my appointment, so I got to drop out. Good to see y'all.
Saleen, it's great to hear from you.
It's good to hear from you, Mr. Kerr, and always good to talk to Slim and have fun with this argument.
It's always fun to argue with Slim.
Oh yeah, but at least Slim is.
And it's really not even an argument. It's just please, define the logic for me, because The math isn't mathing.
I'm talking about today. That's all I'm talking about, Slim. I'm not looking at. You can look at history and say, yeah, that's a great rivalry between two teams. But just one rivalry that everyone is going to look at with Georgia Tech used to be a huge rivalry game. I don't look at it like that anymore. Me personally, okay, that's my personal opinion. Yeah. Okay, everybody else may look at it and say, well, yes, it is. It's a big rivalry game. Not to me. It's just not. I look at the games that are going to be close. That it's going to be a nail biter right down to the end. That's the games I look at as far as rivalry games. Pardon me?
Okay, your own example, Clemson, South Carolina. That there ain't nothing close about that.
Maybe you know what? I'll tell you what. I overstepped on that one. I was wrong. Okay, I admit I was wrong in saying that. Okay, there we go. So argument dismissed.
I just don't think because the record is lopsided one way or another.
How long does it take to get on this show anymore?
Oh, sorry, I had to go to the bathroom.
If it would have taken any longer, we wouldn't have been a rivalry anymore.
Well, Lou's the expert here. Lou's excellent in sports analysis. So, whatever Lou says, I'm just going to say okay, because I'm not okay. I'm only looking at it. I'm only looking at it from my own personal view. That's it.
Yeah. Well, one of the problems I have is that you keep saying I'm only looking at what's happening today. Rivalries aren't built today. Rivalries are built over the last 100 years, not today, not the last 5 years, not the last 20 years. I mean,
do you consider Georgia Tech a rivalry game? Do you consider Georgia Tech a rivalry game?
Of course.
Okay. All right.
They have just as many wins over Georgia in the last 10 years as South Carolina has over Clemson.
All right.
And Georgia's got 2 natties in that time period. Clemson's got 2 natties in that time period. Georgia Tech can't win its conference. South Carolina can't win its conference. They're both rivalry games.
Well, again, the way I look at a rivalry game is it going to be a close game or not? And I don't consider that to be a close game between Georgia and Georgia Tech.
How many Georgia-Auburn games have been close in the last 20 years? Georgia's 17-3 against Auburn the last 20 times they've played. The same record
pretty damn
Georgia Tech.
Well, when Auburn won the Natty, and when we had that awful defensive mishap, and Auburn won it at the last damn second of the game. I mean, that's not been that long. So
but what does one team winning a Natty have to do? Is Louisville versus Kentucky a rivalry?
Yeah.
I don't know. See, again, I told you that's what I just said. I look at my own team. I don't necessarily look outside the box at other teams. You know it better than I do. You have more intelligence about that than I do. And I admit that. So I don't know about that.
I don't think
I'm only looking at it from the Georgia program and from the Georgia program today.
I don't think there's anything wrong with you saying you don't particularly think Georgia Tech's a rivalry. Anybody's free to have whatever opinion they want, but it's just some of the reasoning that you've used doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, the what? I'm sorry. Because someone's playing a calculator in the background. I can't hear anything. What?
My guess would be Slim's truck.
Yeah.
What'd you say again, Lou? I'm sorry.
I said there's nothing wrong with you not thinking Georgia versus Georgia Tech's not a rivalry. I think that's a wrong opinion, but there's nothing wrong about having that opinion. But some of the reasons you give don't make any sense. Like,
all right, well, I'm a nonsensical individual, so there you go.
Oh, okay, here's something for you, Scott. You're talking about now and the foreseeable future, so the next few years. Mm-hmm. What if an NFL team throws the bag at Kirby and they just hire Muschamp, hire from within, and all of a sudden in the next 10 years, you're 5-5 against Georgia Tech. Does that make
I said it earlier, Slim. I said Georgia's program could fall off the damn cliff in the next several years. I don't know. I don't know that. I don't. Neither do you. Neither does Lou. I mean, we don't know that. But I think under Kirby Smart, that's not going to necessarily happen in the near future. I know that Nick Saban slipped last year, but I think Nick Saban is Nick Saban, and I would not give up on Nick Saban on anything.
Is Alabama Auburn a rivalry?
Of course it is.
Yes.
Is Georgia Florida a rivalry? Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Do you think that
was Georgia Florida a rivalry in 1994?
Of course it was.
Yes.
Why?
It was.
Because it's the biggest cocktail party in the world. That's why. It's always good. That game of all games that we play, Georgia Florida is always going to be the rivalry game to me personally that Georgia plays.
Yeah, I think all those we mentioned the rivalry games. I just don't think it matters which program is better at that particular time. I don't think that's what determines.
Yeah, that doesn't make it not a rivalry. Yeah.
Hey, y'all mark this date down in history. Me and Lou are on the same side of an argument.
I mean, isn't Ohio
May
State like
31st,
40 and 10 against
2023.
Michigan in the last 50 years? Something like that. 40 and 10, something like that. It's
What
the
was the
second biggest
question?
rivalry in all of college football. It doesn't matter that it's 40 to 10.
Well, I know they call Georgia Tech the old-fashioned hate game. Got it. I mean, I understand that. Okay, and I do understand the history of the game. I get that too. But I'm just looking at it, my own personal brain here, thinking that I don't give two squats about Georgia Tech playing Georgia. It's not going. I know it's going to be lopsided. Right now. It could change. I mean, Georgia Tech could build a program and have an excellent program in the future. But I don't see it in the foreseeable future. That's all.
Okay, but my argument was, if it happens, does that make it a rivalry in your opinion again?
If it happens, God Almighty, you're talking about things in the future. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know that.
We should go back to the future.
The question's not whether or not they do. I'm just throwing out a hypothetical. Does it become a rivalry again?
Well, lots of hypotheticals here. That's what it is. It's all hypothetical. It is what it sounds like to me. It's all very hypothetical. I'm preaching hypothetical here. So, I mean, I admit. Okay, let me admit this. I have a little bit of dumbassery in this idea, but it's again my dumbass. This is my own dumbass thought. And that's the way I look at it. That I look at when I will watch the season upcoming. I guess the three main games I'm going to be looking at this year is, of course, Georgia, Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, and hell, even possibly Georgia, South Carolina. Because I know that South Carolina is going to get way up to try to play us. Okay, I do understand that. And there's been some mishaps with Georgia, and you brought it up at lunch today, the 2019 game between Georgia and South Carolina. So that's the three games that I'm going to have concern about. Now, do I think that Georgia's going to run through their program this year and then run through their schedule? Yes, I have 100% confidence that they will do that. But we shall see, because on any given Saturday, you just never freaking know, and especially it's college football. So you just don't know.
Yeah, there you go.
I still love you, Scott.
Yeah,
I love you too, Slim, and same with Lou. I mean, look again, Lou is a hell of a lot smarter in this than I am. You know, I'm just a dumbass that reads fake news every once in a while. That's all I am.
Yeah, yeah. Not every rivalry can be Vic and Nate. So.
Every rivalry. What's that again, Vic? Say that again. I'm sorry.
It says Traveling Fool says sometimes rivalries suck. Not every rivalry can be as awesome.
Well, there it is. There. You know what? Traveling Fools hits it on the head, because he's right. Every rivalry is not going to be an up game, and that's why I'm looking at it. So, if you want to say Georgia Tech still rivalry game, I may not agree with you on that, but at the same time, I understand your opinion on that too, because of the history of the game. Yep. I totally understand that.
And I'm with Lou. If you don't necessarily think it's a rivalry, that's fine. I just disagreed with your logic with coming up with that conclusion. That's all.
Athlon Sports has Georgia Tech as the 24th best rivalry in college sports, right behind Michigan and Notre Dame.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah,
it's all about history though too, right, Lou? I mean, that's what it is.
25 rivalry.
I mean, how long do you know the history of Georgia Tech? Hasn't it been a long? I mean, like almost 100 years.
Yeah,
Is
the
it?
first
Over
game
100.
was in like
Over 100.
1890.
Yeah, they played like 120 times, something like that.
It's in like 1890 something. I think. Was
Yeah.
the first.
Is it kind of the same age as the Notre Dame Michigan rivalry? I think, or is that
not quite, but
Notre Dame and
Yeah,
Michigan
not
have
quite.
played about 110 times. No. I'm sorry. Notre Dame and Michigan have only played about 50 times. Less than that, about 40 times.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
yeah, they don't play every year.
I don't
anymore.
try and hide
They
the
used
fact
to,
that,
actually.
that I'm a Miami homer, but I don't think Miami Florida State's a better rivalry just because there's only 4 games separating them.
You went solid there, Slim.
Top-tier rivalry. It's not anywhere close to Georgia, Florida, or Michigan, Ohio State, or Bama, Auburn, or any of those. But like number 22 on this list is Minnesota and Wisconsin. Like that's a bigger rivalry than Georgia Tech. So like Michigan State is number 21 on this list.
Yep.
Who was the number one rivalry? I didn't hear that, Lou. I'm sorry.
According to this list, it's probably the Iron Bowl. But let me look.
So it's Auburn, Alabama. Okay.
Army Navy is number 1 on this list.
Yeah.
Deservedly so.
Auburn, Alabama is 2. Michigan, Ohio State is 3. Oklahoma, Texas is 4. USC, Notre Dame is 5. Georgia, Florida is 6.
Okay.
And Miami, Florida State right after that, Slim at 7. But that's just one person. This is just one person's list. There's people who would put Miami, Florida State a little higher, probably.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I'm fine with that. I mean, it's a hell of a game to watch.
Yeah.
Hey, look. Right now, any game is fun to watch. I mean, here we are in the dry spell of not having any college football for the next 80-something days.
86.
well, I knew somebody would speak up and say how many days. So
I think it's 8. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, hell, I'd watch a UAB, Charleston Southern game right now. I mean, so.
Hey, D. Taylor, put a little more respect on that Army Navy game, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, D.
Wow. Our troops.
Yeah, I don't appreciate that, D. Yeah.
I love that. Very patriotic of you.
Yeah, Vic.
Now, if you want to talk that kind of shit about Space Force, have at it.
yeah, that's kind of.
Well, guys, I'm going to eat my fried cabbage I just cooked here, so
enjoy, sir.
So I can fart in my couch later. Y'all have a great day. Take care.
Okay, bye.
Bye, buddy.
Lou, is it June? Okay.
Maybe.
Calm down, Nate. Relax. Breathe. All right, go ahead.
Is June 5th the talent show?
Yeah.
Yep,
that's right, I think.
Yes. As long as there's enough people send one in.
Yeah, that'll be Monday. Yep.
All right, just making sure.
If I have to, I'll put it off a week again.
Damn it.
Right. Hopefully you won't have to.
Yeah. I hope not.
I mean, what is it? Would that interfere with a big bowling date or something, Nate?
Well, I worked that day at 12 my time, so
So no, it won't interfere with anything. Okay, good.
No
interference.
No interference.
You have to eat dinner at 8 o'clock that night too. Don't forget that. That also won't interfere.
Breakfast at about 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't ate well.
It's good.
Yeah.
I'm working on a comment on the comments video.
Nice.
Yeah,
those are always interesting.
Got some good ones.
Yeah, that'll be good. Yeah.
I haven't done one in a while.
Yeah, those are always cool to pick out all the most potato level comments.
Yeah, we got some doozies.
Yeah. So is it like a certain fan base that you're going after, or is it just like a
no? This one is going to be now I'm going to show specific comments on the screen, but this one is going to be more general, like commenting on the certain types of comments, and I'm going to show examples of what I'm talking about. But it won't be like I've done them in the past, where it's like an all Florida State edition or an all whatever edition. This is going to be just like examples of just ridiculous comments that I get all the time. Let me see if I can find one. Here's one. Lou is just looking for views. There's no other reason to upload something, dummy.
Yeah.
Like that's the only reason. Every video that's ever been uploaded anywhere in the history of mankind was uploaded so that people could see it. Thank you.
Yeah.
So stuff like that. And I get stuff like that all the time. Or here's another one. Lou puts Ohio State in the title of his videos. That's how you know he's a fan. Yeah. So yesterday I was a fan of Alabama. The day before that, I must have been a fan of Florida. The day before that, I was a fan of Miami. The day before that, I was a fan of Clemson. Yeah, good job, buddy.
Well, to be fair, you do have a trophy that proves you're a Miami fan.
That's true. That's true.
Wait, so now is this true now? Did Edward lose his channel?
Yeah.
Well, is anybody really surprised?
I guess it must be all those P bombers, right? Yeah.
It wasn't all of them. It was just the last one.
The last one.
A guy tricked Eddie into walking away from his computer. Like you could see it coming from a mile away. The guy gets on. He's got no avatar, no nothing. He's like, I would turn my camera on, but I have a PC and the webcam is broken. Blah blah blah. So he stayed in, and right then I was like, it's it. Here we go.
Is that the guy who took a dump on the floor?
I don't know who these people are. It's probably the same person every time, but who knows? And then he spent like 5 minutes telling Eddie how awesome his karate is and all this kind of stuff. And he was like, Eddie, is there any way you can get up and do the karate thing again? And I knew as soon as he was trying to get Eddie to stand up and walk away from the computer, I knew what he was doing. And sure enough, Eddie says, yeah, I'll do it. He gets up. He's like, let me go get my whatever from the other room. Literally, as soon as Edward stood up and walked out of the room, the guy's blank avatar turned to a porn video. And Eddie wasn't in the room to shut it down. So it played for like 2 or 3 minutes. And then the stream just ended abruptly. And a message popped up that says this channel has been terminated by YouTube for violation of community guidelines. Because eventually, your video doesn't have to be reported. Like if you play porn for enough amount of time, YouTube picks that up. I don't know how they do it, but they pick it up and they just, that's it. Like, so it doesn't even mean that someone reported it, but there comes a point, whether it's 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, at some point, YouTube recognizes, okay, they're playing porn on a live stream, kill it now. And then it looked like that's what happened.
People need to stop mistreating Edward.
Well, that's true, honest. I mean, I get the whole trolling thing, but first of all, trying to get somebody's channel shut down, especially for no reason, is really bad to do. But I love Edward to death, and I have fun with him too. But there's a limit. Like you don't. I mean, he's learning to say, but I don't know exactly what his issues are, nor do I care. I like Edward, or I wouldn't have him on the Lunch Money Show, and I wouldn't go on his show. And I joke around with him and stuff like that. But that's advantage of it.
That's just messed up.
I feel bad for him.
Yeah. He just seems like a good guy too.
And you got people saying, well, it's Eddie's fault. He keeps letting these people on when he knows what's going to happen. He doesn't know. That's the thing. Me and you know, he doesn't get it. Like, he doesn't get it. You can explain to him something over and over again, and he'll go, oh, yeah. But then tomorrow when he does another stream, all that's out the window. Then he's just, like we've tried telling him, don't put the StreamYard link in the comments. Just email it to people that you want to come on, like me or whoever else, and we'll just come on. Don't put it in the comments because that's where the trolls are getting it from. So his response to that was to still post a link in the comments, but to verbally tell people, hey, I'm going to post the link, but it's only for these 2 people. Like the trolls are going to listen to that. Come on, Ed. They're not, but he doesn't, he can't get that. And the people that are doing this to him know that, and they're just taking advantage of him.
Well, and even people that try and screen it, like you or Pete or whoever, I mean, people get through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Poor Eddie. I mean, the guy can't get a break.
Well, maybe his Seminoles will do something special for him this year.
Yeah, Nature Boy says he loves live streaming too. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I don't think he has a whole lot going on, you know, outside of going to work. You know, I don't think he has like the most active social life in the world. So
yeah, because he doesn't go outside.
When he found live streaming, like it was a hobby, you know, something for him to do, a hobby or whatever. And his shows were ridiculous and you know, full of trolls and pretty much pointless to watch or whatever. But he had a good time doing it. It was something for him, you know, it was a hobby for him.
Yeah, but
And
all people wanted to do was to try to get his channel shut down. So
yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess he'll have to make another channel. But
yeah, that's probably what.
Well, yeah. Edward Reborn. I don't know. I'm just kidding. But I don't know if you watch Chime Foles' streams. You probably don't, Lou, because you're probably asleep by then. But for some reason, I called myself on that show. I called myself Nate the White Shack.
What?
Yeah.
I
mean, it's kind of true, but not really. I mean, I am tall, but not that tall like Shaq. But
yeah, you're not.
You what?
But I am tall though, not tall. Well, you get me.
Yes, but you don't have the same width as a Shaq. So
that's what she said. Okay.
You may have the length, but you don't have the girth. So.
How tall are you, Nate?
6'5".
Oh wow, you are pretty tall.
Is TK doing a show today?
Yeah, I think so. I think this one does the off the rails, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She invites people on.
I saw BBD posted on Facebook today.
Oh, we did.
So he must be doing better.
Right. Well, I Momo talked to BBD on the phone yesterday. Yeah, just for a few minutes, but yeah.
How's he doing?
Doing well. Seems to be in. He's in good spirits. He just wanted to let me know that he's glad that we're friends, and I told him that I feel the same. So
did he say when he might be able to come home, or they don't know that yet?
No, he didn't say that yet. So I told him that we've all been praying for him, that me and my mom and dad have been praying real hard for him. So.
I wonder if he'll have to go to a remember last time he had to go to, like, I don't know what it wasn't a nursing home, but I don't know the right word for
it. Rehab, I think.
It was a rehab,
rehab center.
Yeah, something like. I wonder if he'll have to do anything like that again.
Yeah,
I guess that was I guess he had to do that kind of to learn how to. That was when he got his leg amputated. I think.
Yeah.
I guess that was more the reason why he had to do that was like learn how to get around.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he won't have to do that this time.
Yeah, hopefully not. Yeah. But yeah, Lou. I'm just telling you that you will definitely like my talent show vid if we did.
Well, I've seen Edwards.
Yes, I know. Yes, I know.
He
I'm
did
sure
one?
we're gonna like yours, Nate. You said that Edward did one.
Oh shit!
But he's having a. Edward did one. He uploaded it to YouTube and as public, so a lot of people saw it. And I told him, you got to take that off and mark it as unlisted, and then send me the link. And he said, okay. So he did that. He marked it as unlisted, but now he can't figure out how to send me the link. He keeps sending me a link to his YouTube studio. I'm like, Edward, no, I need the link, the actual link to the video. And he can't figure out how to send me the link to the video. May or may not be in the talent show, depending on if he figures that out.
Oh man. Poor Edward.
Well, no, never mind. His video's gone now.
Oh yeah,
and now
his
he
video's
can't.
gone.
Now he can't. Oh yeah, because his channel got
erased. So that video's gone. So it doesn't matter whether he figures it out or not. That video's gone.
I guess.
Have to
I
redo
guess he'll have to do it again. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to redo it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to redo it like 2 times, like to edit it twice. So,
yeah, you usually send me about 4 videos, and then.
But this year I didn't though.
It is you want me to play?
Yeah, and this year I didn't send you. Well, I send you like the same video, but I just edited parts of it.
Well, if one is good, 2 are better.
I don't think Vic has sent his video in yet.
No, I haven't, but I'm going to.
Or Baylor Man, or Slim Shady Kings,
I
or
will.
Zone to Tucson in the comment section hasn't sent a video in yet. Stingray hasn't sent a video in yet. Huffer Billy Paul hasn't sent a video in yet.
Hashtag professional.
Millis is making a video.
Oh yeah,
the nerve.
Yeah, he made one.
Yeah, y'all gotta do better. Yeah, but I'm just gonna say this. I'm hoping that y'all gonna like it. I'm hoping to that. So.
Now, Vic, can we get an explanation on why you called DVD on your own accord, but you were prompted to call Saleen to make sure he was okay and you refused?
Damn.
Wait, what'd you say?
I said, why is it? Can we get an explanation on why you called DVD on your own accord, but you were prompted to call and check on Saleen and you flat refused to do it?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't refuse to do it. I called Saleen. I didn't refuse to do it.
Well, yes, after months of merciless torment, yes.
Huh? What do you mean? When?
Vic just doesn't care.
Okay, I don't know when you're talking about, but
more excuses.
Vic, you were tormented mercilessly for months about not caring about Saleen.
Yeah, I know.
And that's when you finally called Saleen.
Okay, well.
See right there.
I finally called Saleen. Well, okay. Yeah, that's right.
It didn't take all. I mean, it is. I mean, if you just learned your lesson, well, I mean, okay, that's all you have to say.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I learned my lesson. That's it.
Well, that's
yes,
good.
That's it. There you go.
Glad we could help.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh man. I can see it now. I can see it in my brain. What Edward did. He falling on his ass afterwards, or busted his ass.
Yeah. Apparently, Edward did. Yeah.
So this is a random question for you guys. Maybe some of you know, maybe some of you guys might not know. And I know it's a little far in advance, but is next year's the location of the Slob Olympics on Panama City Beach?
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's on Panama City Beach. Okay.
Yeah, and the hotel is Days Inn. It's pretty big too, to be honest.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it is.
And it's probably the best overall Days Inn, because most Days Inns are pretty garbage.
Oh, believe me, I know. I remember I picked. Well, I needed somewhere to stay the night. This was a long time ago, but the Days Inn that I ended up staying at ended up being like one of those drug places.
Oh yeah, with bed bugs, whatever.
Yeah, drug houses, people.
Don't do that.
Going with prostitutes, all that stuff, and yeah, it wasn't fun.
Yeah, I mean, Baylor made its official college football countdown there, and I'm the Sub Olympics official Sub Olympics countdown there.
Okay.
And it's 276 days away.
276 days. Wow.
See, I don't need that kind of pressure put on me, Nate. I'm having enough trouble trying to think of what my uniform's going to be this year.
I know.
I don't need a countdown on me now. Because that really is a problem. Like trying to figure out how do you top what you did the previous year.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm just gonna wear the costume that I was gonna wear last year. So, but I didn't get it in time. So.
Was it the clown costume?
No.
Oh.
It was my
clown costume.
It was my no, I don't. Yeah, it was my Rebel Pilot costume.
Clown costumes are for people that aren't actually clowns. They're just dressing up like one.
Now, see, now you don't spoil the surprise, Vic. You're not supposed to tell anybody.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Oh, hey, HVP said I thought Edward's having a. I'm not gonna say that word. But yeah.
Seizure. Yeah.
No, that's not gonna say that.
No, HVP sent me a picture of his, and the best way I can describe it is a full body G-string.
All right, Vic, I'm going to get out of here and try to finish up this comments video. I'll talk to y'all later.
See you, Lou.
Bye, Lou.
Be well.
Have a good morning, Matt. Yeah, so today I was at a freaking meeting for my work, and it was boring as fuck. Well, I think most meetings are really boring. And yeah, I just learned like my current job, my kids what do you call it, kids daycare camp, or what do you call it, or whatever you call it, afternoon daycare. We had a just a staff meeting. We had like a freaking learn how to do that, yada yada yada, and basically that. And we had some pizza too during it.
Yes, but there was a specific purpose for the SEC meetings, and that is to determine which scheduling model they're going to use.
They're both terrible. They shouldn't do either one.
Really, why are they both terrible?
Because they need to leave 4 non-con games and make better non-con games.
Well, there is one that has them sticking to 8. That's the 177 has them staying with 8.
Yeah, but it's not 4 non-con games.
Yeah, it is. There would be 4. There'd be 8 conference games. That would be 4 non-conference games. Yes.
I did BA. I did pay attention, but I just what do you call it? I just forget. I just forget it, or whatever you call it.
Well, I don't know. I think that the meetings aren't over yet.
I was paying attention to a woman talking the whole freaking time, and I was almost I was not asleep. That was a joke. My eyes were wide open.
Yeah, Yeah, Nate, but I think the point is, were you paying attention to what she was saying, or were you paying attention to what she was wearing?
Yeah, gotta find
no,
that stinger
no.
in here. Let's see. Yeah, here it is.
Have you ever considered not being a simp?
What was that?
It was, have you ever considered not being a simp?
I mean, BA, that's kind of the whole thing I was there for. The freaking pizza. But yeah. So I was paying attention to the meeting, not the woman.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I was there. I was paying attention on the freaking what do you call it? Smart boards.
Then what did she say?
All right, so basically what she said is on field trips. That's basically what we were learning about. She said stick to the plan, or something like
yeah, stick to the plan.
Stick to the plan and put us on buses.
Nate, you're not helping your case, sir.
I'm fucking trying.
All right, cool. Okay.
Yeah, I give it up. I give it up. I don't know. I tested my freaking brain. I don't know. Why did I go to that fucking meeting? I don't know.
But you were supposed to be there for.
Yeah, I know. Well, I did go to the meeting though. I mean, I learned a lot, but I forgot what they talked about. So I didn't learn anything.
So what was she wearing, Nate?
A Boston Red Sox cap. Her like my uniform right here.
Okay, she's wearing an EKC shirt. Okay,
Yes,
like
she
that
was
one.
in the shorts.
Okay.
How is it you have so many details of what she was wearing?
Yeah,
but
what
not
kind
what
of
she said?
what kind of shoes did she have on?
New Balance. Oh, so.
Oh, so you even know the brand of shoes she had on. Hey, you're not helping your case, sir.
No, not really.
I'm disappointed in you, Nate.
What? I can't help it.
Well, no, you can help it.
Not really.
Yeah, you just gotta try not being a simp. Yeah.
Or
Have you ever considered not being a simp?
More of a sexist, but I don't know. Good thing I wasn't. Never mind. I don't say that.
You don't say that.
It's probably for the best, Nate.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that. So what should we talk about? Actually, let's talk about vacations. Just for fun.
Yeah, how about let's do a Philly Pause comment first. He said there was a hottie at the car wash today in a short skirt, wedge sandals, cute tight crop top, and pink accessories, decked out.
Well, I mean, that's fine out of Huffer Billy Paul because basically he's paid to, sit around and be a dirty old man at this point.
So, Slim, have you ever been out of the country before, or not really?
Twice.
Was it in the Caribbean,
Really,
Europe?
where'd you go?
Yeah.
I've been to Ireland and Mexico.
Oh, okay.
Right, yeah, I've been to Canada, so.
Okay. Our neighbors.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I've been to Canada, yeah.
Yeah,
People voluntarily
I know,
go to Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I went to Canada in was it Niagara Falls? Yeah.
that's not Canada.
That's basically still the U.S.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, yeah, but
yeah, you can cross the border.
I just got something to say real quick.
Drive across the border.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Vic, I hope you have ESPN Plus because that's the only way you're going to watch Georgia's kickoff game. Meanwhile, Alabama's on the SEC Network week 1. Have a good day.
Well, I mean, it can also be SEC Network Plus, so which you don't have to pay for, but you do have to stream it.
Holy
But you do
shit.
have to stream it through the ESPN app. But yeah.
Ballard, I know you're still listening. That was fucking terrible, son.
I was gonna say.
Streaming.
I mean, you're trying to bomb in on a live stream because Alabama's playing on the SEC network. Like anybody cares.
Yeah.
That was
and
probably worse.
Who is Alabama playing anyway?
That's probably worse than Nick Saban's crying.
And actually, it's probably a good thing that Alabama's on the SEC network, and I hope it's prime time because it's the first game of the year, so it's going to look absolutely terrible. And Nick Saban pitching a bitch fit on the sideline will be broadcast nationwide.
Really? So you think they're going to struggle against Middle Tennessee?
No, not necessarily. But even if they're doing just fine, Nick Saban's throwing temper tantrums in games where they have 3 touchdown leads. So Nick Saban's just going to throw a temper tantrum. That's what he does.
Alabama's 37-point favorites over Middle Tennessee. This is as long as they don't throw like 98-yard touchdown passes against them.
Yeah.
I don't think they have a quarterback that can throw a 98-yard touchdown pass.
Well, they did against Miami last year.
Well,
I was talking about Alabama.
No, I'm talking about.
And no, they didn't throw a 98-yard touchdown pass. Try again.
They didn't. Okay, how long? How long was it? But how long was it?
The longest one was probably like 50. So about half that.
Well, the play went for 98 yards.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, it's a 98-yard pass. Yeah, it did.
You got ties. You mean Bart?
There was a run. There was a run play that did, sure, but not a pass.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I must have.
So y'all did give up a 98-yard play.
I mean, you want me to start digging through? Hey, Baylor man, you want me to start digging through some of your records and find some embarrassing losses too? Everybody's got them. You're not really hurting me with that.
Yeah,
even my team has one.
Trust me, I've witnessed.
Yeah, y'all lost to App State. That's right.
I don't want to talk about it.
Well, I mean, I've seen Baylor go through a season and win 2 games. I've never seen Miami do that.
Heck, I've seen them win 1 game, and I went to almost like every single home game, and I didn't get
my
to
team.
witness it.
My team hasn't been that terrible since the late 40s.
Okay.
Yeah. Rebuilding years sometimes it hurts schools like us.
What's up, ACP?
Hey guys. So Slim, where are you? It sounds like you're running over a washboard.
Fucking Louisiana, man. Jesus. Well, I tried to mute when I'm not saying anything because I know how fast, because it's annoying the piss out of me.
I was thinking, man, you got to go back to the dentist, get new teeth.
Dude, and I was just there yesterday. God.
Damn. Well, It's at least you know that it's not your truck that's taking. You don't own the truck, right? So you don't have to care if it tears it up. Yeah.
Tear it up. I don't care. And guess what? If it breaks down, I'm stuck on the side of the road. I'm getting paid by the hour.
Ooh, dang, that ain't bad. Oh man, no, it's funny, Nate. I think the reason you went to that meeting was to get the pizza, dude. I think that was it. They said you had pizza, and you went, I'm in.
I think pizza was just a happy coincidence. I think he was there to just Google the lady that was giving the speech.
I mean, well, the pizza part is right, and never mind.
Yep.
Be honest, Nate. You didn't find out that there was pizza till after you got there.
No, actually, my mom told me that she saw the email from my meeting that there's gonna be lunch there. I didn't know what lunch they're gonna be there, so when I saw pizza.
Okay, so you were just like, "F food. I don't care what it is. I'll devour it."
Yep.
Hey, so here's the thing, and this is to the SEC meeting, man. Why in the world are they have? I mean, they've all known what the two options were. They come to a meeting, they should make a decision and get out of the meeting. It should be an hour long at most. What in the heck's taking so long?
How dare you suggest something that makes sense?
Well, that's not the only. Well, it's probably not the only thing they're discussing, but
yeah, no,
there might
I
be more than
guarantee
one
you.
thing on there.
Yeah, is this like a 2-3 day get together by the SEC?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's right. It is.
That's not one meeting then. That's a preseason or off-season meeting of the conference, and it's a series of meetings. Okay.
Yeah, that way they look like they're doing something, and they can say, "Well, we've earned our paychecks, fellas. Go home."
Yeah, what they should do is ask Sankey and Saban what to do, and then and that's it, and then they just move on.
That hurt.
Because they run the show. They'd like to. You would think Georgia would, but they don't. So
I can't. I don't see how it's not obvious that Saban. I mean, I get Scott Kerr's point that Saban is Saban, but Saban's slipping, and it's pretty evident.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've been watching a lot of people slip lately.
Well, I get it.
Yep. There's a few of them out there.
Does that mean Nick Saban's next step should be running for president?
Oh God.
Yeah, probably. He's qualified now. Qualified.
Right.
Hell, Dabo's slipping too, man. I mean, don't get me wrong. So we can shoot at our own as well. He got a little too big in his pants, I think, and he's finally realizing he better get some coaches in there. So
I hope he didn't.
Well,
say
nepotism
that,
is what was killing Clemson.
Yeah, a little bit. Do you think?
And I'm not a fan of Mario bringing in, his nephew as a transfer. I mean, if he does okay, great.
That's right. It was Lou. That's right, Lou Cristobal. That's right. I remember T2Y made a little bit of a clickbait title because he said that Uncle Lou transfers to Miami.
Yeah, I saw
But
that.
he's actually nephew Lou. But yeah.
Did you say that Cristobal had blue crystal balls? Is that what you said?
No.
I would say not, because he is excelling in his area of expertise, which is
yeah. When the ladies are concerned, he's got the trophy wife for sure.
Yeah, he does. Good Lord.
I'm jealous.
Yeah.
And I mean, ain't nobody fitting a fighter over him, fight him over, because that's a big dude. I wouldn't want to fight Cristobal.
No. He's serious. No, I think he's going to do fine. I do think Miami's going to be better than people expect them to be this year, but at the same time, they aren't going to be back yet. They got a ways to go.
And how good do we expect them to be?
I think they'll get 6 wins this year. I do.
They'll definitely make a bowl game. I think their ceiling is about 8.
Is that better than what people think?
Well, I think based on last year, man. I mean, last year was a disaster.
I don't know where Vegas. I don't know where. I think Vegas. If I had to guess, I would say Vegas has probably got them at like a 7.5 over and under.
Yeah, they got to be around there. Yeah, I think that they should get at least 6, maybe 7 wins, and then they may get a bonus one too. If they pull it together and late, as the season goes on, they could get up to 8. Yeah, I can see that.
Do you know what D. Taylor said?
What you mean? Why is Nate a giraffe?
Oh, Luigi.
You mean Luigi Krusty Balls? Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Miami and Baylor, as a matter of fact, are both over under 7.5.
And see, I was just guessing.
Yeah, that's good. And it's funny. It's funny though. I still wait on, and I'm gonna watch my Florida State friends when their season is overrated and they're gonna come down a peg and they're gonna go, oh boy. And I like Florida State. I love the coach. But I think they're gonna have a little bit of a disappointment out of this year, unfortunately. So we'll see.
Right, yeah.
I think it's very possible Miami and Florida State both end the season with the same record.
Ooh, that's gonna really be disappointing for Florida State.
Yeah, 8 wins would be disappointing, but I mean, and just look at what Florida State did on the field. Except for LSU, they lost to every team with a number next to their name. They did not look very good against a bad Florida team. I mean, you got into a shootout with Florida. Y'all made that defense was so bad it made Anthony Richardson look like a confident quarterback.
Oh God, Anthony Richardson. Oh my Lord. Another funny program, Florida. Oh my Lord. I don't even know how in the world that Florida man has any hope at all for at least the next 2 years.
What about Nebraska?
Nebraska's going to be better than they have been. I think they're coming back. I don't think they're going to be back, but I think they're going to get close to 7 or 8 wins this year.
I don't tend to have high expectations for any first-year coach.
Maybe 5 or 6 wins.
Yeah, I was going to say 6 or 7, yeah.
If I'm Nebraska, I think our season would pretty much be dictated by whether or not we beat Colorado week 2.
Here's a hot take, because I'm fixing to piggyback off that. And this shouldn't even be a hot take, but it is. Nebraska will have more wins than Colorado this year.
Oh, I think so too.
The sad part is that is a hot take.
Yeah, it really shouldn't be.
It should it shouldn't be at all.
But just saying, I know Colorado's terrible. I know that.
Yeah,
and we all know too. And I don't know if you've been watching. I don't know if you saw like the latest years, like I don't know last year, but like 2 years ago, where Colorado had I don't know Mel Tucker as head coach.
Mm-hmm.
And they beat Nebraska like 2 years in a row at their home and Nebraska's home field.
Well, no, it's not so simple as, well, X team is better than Y team, so X team is going to win. Unfortunately, it's just not that simple.
I'm just saying that, it's not going to happen. I get that. It's like 1% probably going to happen, which is probably not.
If the game was being played tomorrow, I would pick Nebraska to beat Colorado.
Yeah, I agree with that, so. I'm just saying.
I mean, Matt Rule is you're talking first year against first year, and here's something else that's not a hot take. Whatever today's date is of 2023, Matt Rule is a more proven head coach than Deion Sanders. That's a fact.
May 31st.
It pains me to say that, but I agree.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, I felt bad for Baylor when Rule said peace out, I'm getting out of here, basically.
Yeah, he big smoked us.
Well, the one thing that I will Yeah. The one thing I will say on Colorado's behalf is they will be better than last year.
Like how
Sure,
good?
they'll probably get a couple more wins just because they've
Yeah.
got more talent. But when you have 250-pound offensive linemen, that's not a good outlook for your season.
Yeah,
No.
they're gonna
You
get
need
road
like
graded.
350 weight linemen, basically. 350, I think. I don't know.
Not Colorado though. They don't have them, so they're gonna get pushed over. So.
Yeah, that's what I meant. If they want like O-line, let me say this: if they could still a O-line roster from any team in the in any Power 5 team in the country, who do you think it will be? I think it will be Michigan. Like, if they had still a O-line roster, basically.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Yeah, I don't know that it's they only have the best O line or not. I think Southern Cal has a pretty good O line. I think Georgia has a pretty good O line.
Yeah.
Two other teams that historically have like top 10, maybe even top 5 offensive lines almost every year are Notre Dame and Wisconsin.
Notre Dame's not going to have. Well, no, on offense they might be okay. On defense, they've lost a lot this year.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Now
and Oregon's going to have a really good one because I'll give Cristobal his due. He is very good offensive line coach, and he left a good offensive line behind at Oregon.
Yeah.
You know, to be honest, Baylor's actually got a pretty good offensive line too.
Yeah.
That's.
I mean, Miami's will be better than it was last year, but that's not a high bar to reach.
So, actually, you know what I was watching earlier today? I was actually watching like a 30 versus 30, whatever we call it, on ESPN, whatever you call it, channel, and I watched the SMU or the Southern Methodist story.
SMU, yeah. It was SMU. Yeah, we call it the pony excess.
Yeah, exactly. I watched that.
Yeah, I think I've watched that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of interested in it. So.
I watched that one. Yeah.
I was kind of
Yeah, I watched the documentary on Michael Vick. So.
Yeah.
Have you seen that one, Nate?
No, but I know he's a legend, one of the legends in the NFL and in college too.
Yeah.
I'm old enough to I remember having Miami having to play Virginia Tech when Michael Vick was there.
The real Michael Vick. Yeah.
Yeah.
His brother was actually really good too.
No, they both were good. They're natural born athletes. Yeah.
I mean, both of them ended up in trouble. I think Marcus, I don't even remember if he got into the NFL or not. I remember him being involved in a shooting at a mall.
Yeah.
And I don't think he ever got to the NFL.
A shooting in a mall.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He had to go out there and gangbang with people, doing that kind of nonsense.
If I'm not mistaken, it was back in Virginia. It was in Virginia. It was Richmond, Virginia, I think it was.
Yeah, it was Richmond.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's been so many years ago, I don't remember the details of it.
Yeah.
I mean, he may have been completely innocent of everything that was going on. I don't remember. I don't think he ever. I think it might have just him being in trouble can kill some people's careers.
Yeah, he's running with the wrong crowd. That's the problem. Yeah. Poor choices.
Involved, yeah.
But hey, so now the next thing
was this shooting at a wasn't it at a like a high school football game?
Shit, it may have been for some reason.
That like Marcus Vick was one of the coaches, right? And then apparently there was like a fight. Yeah. Yeah.
Now you got me there. That I don't know.
Yeah, there was a fight. Yeah.
Birthday party incidents, what this one says.
Oh, okay.
Hell, even for Miami, I try to block out those years.
Because I do remember hearing, but it was some like, maybe it wasn't Marcus Vick, but I think it was like some like famous college football player who was coaching a high school, was like involved in a fight with another coach. So yeah, but I guess it was probably someone else. But
I need Eddie George to leave Tennessee State and go to the Big 12. I want to see him and Deion get into it again. That was funny.
Yep, that was.
That picture made the front page in Memphis.
Yeah,
because that game's played at the. It's called the, what do they call it? The Southern Heritage Classic. They play it at the Liberty Bowl every year.
Yeah, it'd be great just to have that drama again, because that's entertainment right there. But they should put them in a damn ring and let them fight one another.
Yeah.
Well, I think it helps. I mean, it'll help. Create exposure. I mean, how many people watched Texas A&M, Alabama, simply because of Nick Saban and Jimbo Fisher barking back and forth at each other?
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of watching, I like to watch.
Yeah, what's up, Sven?
So here's the thing.
Yeah, there you go.
Going to the Notre Dame Clemson game is now at around $600 a ticket.
Oh, good night.
What the hell?
What's $600 a ticket?
Notre Dame Clemson game. I'm like, there's no way. I wouldn't, even if I had $1 billion, I wouldn't spend that on a ticket. Are you kidding me?
It's because it's Notre Shame.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've already set myself a limit for the Miami Florida game next year.
That's like going to an NFL game.
Yeah, I ain't spending that kind of money on a ticket. There's nothing on earth I need to see that damn bad.
I went to a Tampa versus Tennessee game in Nashville, and I didn't pay $150 a ticket.
Yeah. It'll come down. I know it'll come down. That's why you just got to wait it out. But geez, man.
Oh, sure. Well, you want to know the fastest way for it to come down?
Let
Notre Dame start
0-2. Notre Dame to lose.
Yeah, those ticket prices come down quick.
Casket.
Oh, did you see John? Always Irish was on not Bobby Durkins's channel the other day. And
I haven't seen it. It was.
Oh, it's great.
It was just a time I couldn't watch it.
John he's a bundle of nerves, man. The guy, you can just tell his blood pressure must be through the freaking roof.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I like John, but I like fucking with Notre Dame fans a whole lot more, and I'm afraid I'd make him stroke out.
He'll take it, but he's like, how does that happen? I don't understand. I like, John, calm down, bro.
He was getting really upset about how all what he called the Reds were taking over Notre Dame Stadium.
Oh yeah,
and he's worried about Ohio State taking over, which they probably will, because people in Columbus don't have anything better to do.
They'll spend $600.
If Notre Dame's not any good, Notre Dame fans aren't going, so they'll just sell their tickets.
That's what he said. He says, we can't go into that game with one loss. We have to go in undefeated so our fans don't sell out to the Reds.
Yeah. Yeah, there are a lot of Reds. Yeah, the Reds invaded South Bend in 2017. So.
Yep.
And
that's the
2 years
Georgia
ago,
Reds, but yeah.
Cincinnati did too.
I can say this: the last time Miami played Ohio State, we beat them.
Yep.
Boy, that's been a long time.
What was it like?
We did. That was 6 years ago. Yeah.
You're talking like 2011-ish last time Miami played Ohio State.
Yeah, I think y'all beat them like 24-6, wasn't it? Yeah, I mean, you beat them pretty good.
Yeah, it wasn't
It's like,
particularly close.
two-
Lamar Miller ran for
2002.
almost 200 yards in that game.
I remember that.
It was like 2010, 2011.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Miami did a home and home with Ohio State right
Yep.
around 2010.
Yeah, I think y'all split. Home teams won both.
Yeah, I want to say I think you're right, or it may have been the opposite. I think home teams won both when we did a home and home with Michigan, or not Michigan, Nebraska. But I want to say the road team won the Miami Ohio State games, but I could be wrong.
I think it was the home teams, but won both.
You may be right, but for some reason it's sticking out in my mind that way.
Well, let's look it up.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, let's look it up.
Yeah.
Like I said, I could be completely wrong. It's just for some reason that's how it's sticking out in my mind.
Yeah.
Hey, Slim, have you heard? Are you hearing? Not have you heard? Are you hearing anything about the ACC teams? The coordination of the 7 or 8. I think Louisville's probably number 8. Coordinating discussions about getting out, dissolving the ACC and getting out of it.
Yeah, that discussion was dead the day after that story came out.
Dissolve the ACC.
What do you mean it's dead?
They've agreed to swap up the revenue split. Miami, Florida State, and Clemson are going to get a bigger chunk.
No,
those are three that I know about.
No, but it's not dead. No, I mean it's not dead. They're going to get more if they get to the playoffs and things like that, right? That's what they're going to do.
Well, I'm talking about the discussion as far as dissolving the ACC's dead.
Well,
because
no,
here's the yes, it really, for the foreseeable future it is.
No.
Because let me finish and you'll see
Go
why.
ahead. Go ahead.
Because the Miami Herald did a interview with Radakovich afterwards, and Radakovich said basically they've been pouring combined, the athletic directors have been pouring over this contract for months, and they're saying it pretty much is airtight. So even if they pay that $120 million or whatever it is ahead to get out of the conference, the ACC still owns their television rights.
But the ACC
so
will be.
Money
but once you get out, the ACC will die, and that's the point.
All right. So when did Miami? So when did Miami play Nebraska?
Oh, that would have been, I want to say 13, 14, right in there.
All right, 13.
Early teens.
Yeah, it was early teens.
It was after the Ohio State home and home.
Yeah.
You know that.
But basically what Radakovich said in that interview with the Miami Herald is the three that he named specifically were Miami, Florida State, and Clemson. Basically, them getting a bigger revenue split is appeasing them, and they're not interested in leaving the conference for the foreseeable future.
There's a lot of people say things like that, in public, but behind the scenes, they're still working.
I get
the problem.
it. Yeah, I get it, and I'm sure that that's going on. But what we got's what we got, and kind of have to roll with it.
Well, the reason why I asked you if you're hearing anything on your end.
Yeah, that was it. It was 2014 and 2015. It was Miami won in Lincoln in 14, and Nebraska won in Miami in Nebraska won in Lincoln, and Miami won in Miami. So yeah, you had it backwards. Yeah, it was the home.
Hey, we were talking about
games.
Ohio State, not Nebraska.
Both were being asked about, but yeah.
Well, yeah, but that it was the Ohio State one is the one I was thinking
earlier.
that the road team one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, the reason why I was bringing it up, Slim, is because what I'm getting from some folks, and I'm just sitting here trying to piece together, who knows? It's all a bunch of gossip, rumor mill bullshit. But there is some thought given to a handful, 7 or 8 teams. Once they basically say we're bowing out of the ACC, we're going to agree to schedule each other for at least a year, have our own football schedules. We'll get some other non-conference games. I mean, Notre Dame would be included. We'd try to get some of that in there and basically create our own football schedule as a step, or an interim step, weaning away from the ACC and the grant of rights, because there's going to be lawsuits. They're going to have to be done and all that stuff. So that's kind of the thought that I'm hearing going on out there. So
I think, well, I mean, if that's their line of thought, I think that's incredibly dumb, but okay.
Yeah. Well, it may be.
Yes, so you were right, Slim. So the the home teams did win both games.
Oh, okay.
But Ohio State vacated the 2010 game.
The tattoos fiasco.
I know that was right around the time Jim Tressel left and all that. I remember that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he got out of Dodge before the thing broke out.
Well, nothing would have happened to Jim Tressel anyway. It ain't like it matters.
Nah, of course not. NCAA, they're scared to do anything nowadays.
Well, and unless there's explicit evidence talking about a coach being involved, I have my doubts of knowledge of it, because it's just the simple fact in college football that coaches come and go, but boosters don't.
Yeah, and the thing is, I think that pretty much sealed my my thoughts regarding the NCAA, and when the Jerry Sandusky thing came out.
Hey,
deal with the crap Miami has with the NCAA. You'd have been done with them a long time ago.
Yeah.
You see what? So what Twisted just put in here? South Carolina and Miami have home games coming in 2026 and 2027.
Ooh, okay.
Maybe not. Not if they're going to 7 conference games, or excuse me, if they go to 3 non-con games, if they go to 9 conference games, that very well may be canceled, because Miami has a home and home with South Carolina, and they also have a home and home with Auburn.
Ooh. Damn.
Yeah, I know about the Auburn one a few years ago. I mean, that doesn't mean it won't change. I mean, Miami had a home and home scheduled with Memphis that ended up not happening.
Yeah.
Whose phone is ringing?
Mine. I just cut it off. Had to get rid of it.
Just one of those spam calls.
No, it's Robin calling me. So I told her to just text me. So
but you're on VicTube. So
that's right. That's exactly right. I'm on VicTube. I'm on VicTube, lady.
I don't know. I'm just a fan of more and better non-con games, so I don't want to get rid of non-con games.
I am too. I mean, I don't understand why we don't do more. I mean, there should be. This is what makes the power conferences. Do more real games in your non-con schedules.
And to me, the playoff system should help alleviate that, because I get it. One loss could have knocked you out of the BCS, but that's not really the case. Even more so now that they're expanding the playoffs. So, I mean, some people don't like it. Well, alleviate some of that by giving us some better non-con games, because you can handle a loss or two as long as you still win your conference.
Yeah.
There you go. So now Sven just wants to remind everyone that Mississippi State has a better bowl record than Ohio State. So,
yippee! Give us some cowbell, Vic.
Yeah, we did.
Poverty, yeah, 0.481. Yeah, that's poverty. Yeah.
Shameful.
Mississippi State has a 0.577. Yep. Yep.
I'm not going to make fun of the Mississippi State fan. That's like kicking a basket of puppies.
Yeah, well, or drowning a burlap bag full of kittens.
Yeah, right.
It's sad. Mm. You know,
there are limits to my depravity.
What? I'm just curious, and this is something that crossed my mind too. Just thinking through this realignment stuff that's bound to happen again here in the next 24 months, I think. So, how much would it take, or can conferences kick a team out, or kick a school out? You know,
I don't think you'll see that. I really don't.
Well, think about this: Vandy and to some extent Kentucky, Mississippi State. You know, in Clemson, on the ACC side, we got Wake Forest, Duke. You know, some of those schools that really don't pull their weight in. And they pull it in basketball, but they don't pull it in football. And that's where the money is, because basketball brings a little bit of top revenue in over their cost, but it's nothing like football. I mean, at all.
But, you know, the thing.
But if it wasn't for Vandy, then the SEC as a whole would have like a negative GPA.
And
that's not true.
And the same thing with the Big Ten and Northwestern. You know, they need them for academic purposes.
No, that's not true either. Ohio State's a good university, and so is Michigan.
Well, yeah, of course.
I mean, let's be real.
Well, no, Ohio State just has a bunch of people. So if you have 60,000 dumbasses and you can make a few of them graduate, it looks good on paper.
Florida's good. It's a good school.
Yeah,
and Georgia's not horrible.
Yeah, what do you mean, Rooster? Mizzou is playing Kansas State this year in the non-con. So you know that Kentucky usually always plays their 3 cupcakes. But, I mean, Mizzou has been scheduling good non-con games. They got Kansas State this year. So
yeah, Kansas State, they're no pushover at all.
I've said it for years. If I had my way, Miami's non-con schedule would be 3 Power 5 teams and like UCF or something.
Right, but of course Kentucky plays Louisville every year in the non-con. So, but this year they play Ball State, Eastern Kentucky, and Akron.
Yes.
Yep, couldn't have scheduled an easier non-conference schedule. So,
well, Clemson, I'm not going to Florida FAU and somebody.
I mean, those aren't even good Power 5. I mean, Group of 5 teams. I mean.
Well, and I'm not going to jump on Georgia too much. I mean, and that doesn't look great this year, but Georgia usually has a pretty good non-con game in there every year. I would just like to see every team with multiple good non-con games.
Yep.
Yeah, like I said, if I had my way, like if I were to pick a dream schedule for Miami, well, number one, we'd play Florida again every year. Number two, we'd play Notre Dame again every year. And okay, you pick, a third non-con. I'd like to see them play USC, coast versus coast. That'd be cool. I'd like to see what's one they haven't done recently in the past 20 years. I mean, I don't think they played Texas very many times. I'd like to see that. I'd like to see Michigan.
Yeah. I mean, I think the non-con game scheduling stuff's about to get washed out, or the bad non-con games. I do think they're going to change it. I think it's coming.
I hope so.
I think it's going to happen because if you're going to be the real champs in a power conference situation, you need to quit doing that. I mean that. I know Saban don't like it, but that's okay. He'll learn to like it.
Yeah.
But that.
And I mean, as far as your one, call it cupcake. I mean, I threw USC out there. I mean UCF, but I mean whether it be UCF or South Florida, FAU, FIU. I mean, all those are still group of 5 teams. And if you want to, schedule a group of 5 in your state, so it brings up, a little more interest to the game, because obviously it would. Okay, fine, as long as it's group of 5.
Yeah. I'm trying to. I think it's who did we do? We did some crazy stuff, man, on ours. I have to say, it's kind of frustrating to me because we didn't need to do that. I mean, we already have some cupcakes on our schedule. I mean, we got South Carolina on our schedule. We have
there's another cupcake.
Yep, Florida State. I mean, nobody really cares. And I'm just joking for Noel's squad if he happens to be listening.
No, it's 100% true. Don't apologize to
him. I love to give him a hard time though, because at some point you really do have to wonder. Okay, here we go. So we got Charleston Southern. So that's the South Carolina team, and then we have Florida Atlantic, FAU. So it's not in state, and then their schedule begins. The real schedule begins. Yeah, other than South Carolina, and then that was not a real schedule. But that being said, I think that changes in a year or two. I don't think you're going to see those kinds of teams on your schedule anymore. I mean, I don't. Even though they're group of 5, I think that it's going to change to where you're going to play a Big Ten team is going to play an SEC team crossover, and vice versa. I think that's where it's headed. I do think it's heading to 2 conferences, to be honest, or two.
But
Yeah.
See, I don't. I don't think many people want that at all.
I don't think they want it. My problem, the biggest issue I see is the money. I don't think there's a way to satiate the money grabbers on this.
Well, there is, because I mean, you can only grab money so much to the point that if you run off too much of your fan base, that you're shooting yourself in the foot.
You'd hope.
Law of diminishing returns.
Yeah, I think they're satiating it pretty quick. I think it's about there. It's just like when the Pac couldn't get a deal. And everybody's like, they ain't no more money at the table, bro.
Well, guess what? The Big Ten ain't got a deal either.
Yeah, isn't that funny? Well, they're supposedly figuring out the details now, but whatever.
Yeah, figuring out the details. That they got to cough over $40 million to Fox Sports. Yeah, that's a hell of a detail.
Yeah. I mean, what in the hell? Who's running this show? Apparently nobody.
Boss, I just live in it.
Like I said, it's not my pig, not my farm. Y'all can figure it out on your own.
By the way, whoever designed the interstate system for Baton Rouge, Louisiana, I hope you burn in hell.
Well,
I've been in this shit for almost half hour.
Yeah, you can just pull over, park, and go get some food. You'll get good food there at least.
Yeah, well, it's Baton Rouge, Louisiana. There ain't nowhere to park a damn big truck.
Yeah, unfortunately, it sucks. Yeah, it's good. Hey, Vic, do you guys? I mean, I know in Georgia's world, you guys have a pretty easy schedule this year. Speaking of non-con games, I mean, y'all's looks like, week 2. Yeah. They don't play Michigan.
No, I said it looks like Michigan's.
I'm about to say, heck no. Yeah,
Michigan's non-con ain't no good either.
Yeah, so I found it. The last time Kentucky played a Power 5 non-conference opponent other than Louisville was 2005, and they played Indiana.
See, that's ridiculous, and that just shouldn't be the case.
So Indiana isn't even a Power 5 team.
But I mean, they're a Power 5 team in name only.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, nobody's fearful at all of Indiana football.
It's kind of like saying Vandy's a Power 5 team. Come on.
Now, basketball, okay. I mean, if you got Indiana on your schedule, we're cooking with peanut oil there.
Yep. Lord have mercy. Hey, when you play, are you going to be staying overnight down there, Slim?
No, I'm going to get to New Orleans and all stuff.
But I mean, you're going to stay overnight in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Okay. You should get some food there. I mean, if you do nothing else, get out of that truck if you can. Get downtown somehow. Take an Uber and go get you some food. I would. Man.
Get you some gator bites or something.
I do sometimes. I mean, I've eaten in New Orleans before. This was, I think, my 30th birthday. We went on a cruise, and it left out of New Orleans. So we got a hotel in New Orleans for the night, like a block, maybe two from Bourbon Street.
Yeah. Man, it's something. It's one of my favorite places to go to eat. Honestly, it's a guilty pleasure. Yeah.
Oh, you got like gas station boudin and stuff like that around here.
Yeah.
The weirdest thing, though, and Louisiana is the only state I've seen it in. They've got like drive-through daiquiri shops.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I mean, okay, do what you do, but that seems problematic.
Well, you're not supposed to drive through and drink them while you're driving. You're supposed to drive through, get them, go somewhere, and park.
Yeah, well, people were doing the same thing back in 2020 when everything was shut down. It was like I saw like Mexican restaurants do it. I mean, you could, curbside pick up a margarita, and I'm like, really?
Mm-hmm. Well, we have a liquor store here that has a drive-through, and it's
okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, I go in there and then people over the drive-through buying, all kinds of supplies over there. Like a 12-pack of this, a fifth of that, and 2 bottles of that, and I'm like, okay.
See, I can't do that. I can't do that because I don't have a plan when I go to the liquor store. So I'm gonna spend 20 minutes browsing and making up my mind.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Especially here lately because I've been in a mood over like the past year to just experiment and try stuff I've never had before.
Yeah. Yep. But anyway, I always think drive-through liquor is probably not a recipe for success.
Probably not. I could see that leading to a problem or two.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, then again, that the town I live in, I mean, dude was selling 8 balls of Coke through the drive-through at McDonald's at like 3 a.m.
Damn. Well, that's Memphis
so, I mean, that's
for you.
Probably not the best. That ain't even Memphis. That's the town I live in. I live an hour from Memphis.
Yeah, I do think about some of the, like next thing you drive through vape shop.
I've already seen those.
Yep, drive-through vape shop.
Because a lot of tobacco stores are carrying that stuff. So,
and
a lot of tobacco stores have got to drive through.
Yep, got to sell the THC.
Those dispensaries.
Yeah.
But we don't have those in Tennessee. Like I may be wrong, but I don't even think they've legalized it for medical use in Tennessee yet.
Yeah, I think Twist is right when he says if you don't start to beef up non-con games, you're not going to make the playoffs going forward. Because it's the Big Ten and SEC teams will have a good enough conference schedule to make it up, but all the rest are going to be, they're going to have to prove their bona fide. ACC for sure.
I think everybody should, to be perfectly honest with you.
That's fine. I don't disagree. They should. I just think that you're going to have enough hard games in the SEC and the Big. Well, maybe not the Big.
I don't agree with that.
You got LSU, Tennessee, right? You got Bama. You got Georgia.
No, you don't. Tennessee having one good year does not make Tennessee a hard game on your schedule.
Well, I'm saying let's just let them prove themselves this year, okay? If they can hold it together.
And LSU either. Let's not forget they had 2 sub-500 years and then went 8-4. So let's not act like LSU is some big powerhouse at this very moment.
Okay, so you're questioning whether those programs are worth putting the cloud on them that they deserve. I just think
LSU more so than Tennessee. Tennessee, that's a pretty weak argument in my opinion.
Yeah, because they lost a lot. I mean, they lost their quarterback, which is key. Their receivers, they lost those. I mean, they got a lot of replacements.
Well, not even that.
They don't have a defense.
What's the difference between Tennessee and North Carolina? Nothing. What's the difference
Not
between
much.
Tennessee and USC?
Well, there's a quarterback difference at North Carolina. Drake May is damn important. Okay.
But you get my point. All three of them are half a team that, in my opinion, these half a teams have a limit, and that's winning a conference.
Yeah, the difference between Tennessee and South Carolina is 31 points. So.
Damn, Big.
That's hard.
I can't argue with him. But I mean, you get my point. I mean, just any Lincoln Riley team, whether it's Oklahoma, USC, North Carolina, what it's been under Mac Brown, Tennessee, what they did last year, these great half of teams have a ceiling. And like I said, I think it's winning a conference because we've seen Lincoln Riley manage to do that. And Tennessee came kind of close. So, okay, but we haven't seen one of these half of teams win a playoff game yet.
Nope. We've only seen, I think that Oklahoma was the only half a team that's even that made the playoffs. So.
Yes, you're right, Vic.
Well, the
Miami in 17 falls into that category as well, because that's all they were was half a team. It was a good defense, right, a turnover wave.
How about the next half of team?
Turnover chain. Yeah.
The next half team's gonna be USC.
Well, I mean, that was USC last year. They were a good half a team. I mean, their defense was made to look a lot better than it was because they were riding a turnover wave.
Vic's not throwing jabs at the Vol, man. He's just showing the Vol, man, that's the difference between them and South Carolina. That's all. Same thing with Clemson.
If that comment
Vols and Clemson is about 14, 15 points. Yep.
Oh, yeah, well,
if that comment doesn't get 5-star to pop up,
yeah.
I don't think anything's going to today. And I must say, I'm disappointed.
We got our ass handed to us by both Carolina and South Carolina and Tennessee, so we have nothing to talk about. Zero.
Well, I mean, South Carolina didn't really kick your ass, but I mean.
Nope, but they took advantage of stupid coaching, and then
they did.
God bless them for that.
I almost wanted them to win. Coaching. I mean, if you don't fumble on that, hot potato fucking punt return.
That was coaching. They called that stupid ass play. That's coaching.
Hey, Miami won a game doing that shit, sir.
Yeah. It's dumb people.
Hey,
We were winning. We were up 14-0. I mean, we were up not 14-0. We were up by 14 points, and we were running the ball at will, and we stopped. We just started throwing it with DJ looking like a freaking statue out there, throwing it in the ground. Now, why would you do that unless you wanted to purposefully lose?
So Cade Clement was throwing the ball into the ground.
No, they left DJ in. They didn't put Cade in.
Oh yeah, that's right. They did. They left DJ and they didn't put
coaching.
They didn't put
Kato.
Klubnik in until
it's too late.
The ACC championship.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know, and I wanted to lose
here's
at
a
that
question.
point.
Here's a question, over Billy. If the defense underperforms this year, do they fire the coordinator and go after somebody else?
Which defense? Clemson's?
Yeah.
Yes.
Clemson's defense didn't really underperform. They just didn't perform to what we expected them to be. We thought they'd be a top 5 D. Really, we did.
Didn't have Brent Venables.
Your personnel, they should have been. So
well, the problem was no. You need to stop for a second. Well, they had 2 problems. One was a brand new defensive coordinator who had to learn to coach during game day on the field, and we had stupid things happening like Brazie's sister dying. I mean, that took him out of the equation. I mean, his mind wasn't right the rest of the year, so it was done. You know, a big player like that. We had key injuries, and so at times when you thought you were going to get momentum back on defense, the offense would just shit the bed. They'd be on the field all game damn long, and nobody would ever stand up. The South Carolina game was a prime example, you know, and Notre Dame too. So, yeah, I don't fault the defense. I mean, I really don't. Now this year they better be a top 5 D this year.
They better.
That's what I'm saying. If they're not, does defensive coordinator get fired?
No, but I think he gets the hairy eyeball. I think
y'all are not holding him to the same standard you held Tony Elliott to.
Well, I mean, you have to be. Well, I mean, you have to be pretty bad for Dabo to fire you. So
yeah,
but I think that's fine. But they are not holding the defensive coordinator to the same standard they're holding Elliott to.
Well, what do you mean? Clemson's offense was terrible
and so was their defense. But
no, it wasn't terrible.
Their defense wasn't terrible.
Well, excuse me, 22. Their defense was terrible.
No, it was not.
It wasn't terrible.
By Clemson standards, yes, it's terrible.
Well, but you can't listen. You can't do that to some. I mean, not every defense every time you come on the field is going to be perfect. They were top 5. I mean, they were not top 5, but they were top 5 talent.
Okay.
And they were probably top 10.
More improvement. There was more improvement in the offense than there was the defense from 21 to 22.
That's right. Well, the offense took a step forward. The defense took a step back. So,
but they fired the offensive coordinator. Hang on. But they fired the offensive coordinator and kept the defensive coordinator.
Listen, the offense was so bad that taking 3 steps forward, they still sucked. Okay.
Yeah,
versus the defense was so good, they took a half a step back and they were still decent. They weren't horrible. I mean, you know.
I'm smelling a little hypocrisy. That's all.
Well, you can go ahead and smell away because you smell a lot of things.
Hypocrisy.
You know, smelling's your forte.
Smelling a little hypocrisy. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Whatever.
Hypocrisy.
I mean, is it Tony Elliott's fault that DJ couldn't complete a pass? Or
it was.
Hi, Kevin.
That's perfect, man. Look at you. No, here's the thing. Tony Elliott allowed Streeter to recruit or accepted Streeter recruiting DJ and bought in to let him do it. And it was the wrong style quarterback for our style offense. Now, Elliott leaves, goes to Virginia. Streeter takes over as offensive coordinator. He's now bought into DJ hook, line, and sinker because it's his recruit. Okay? So here he is trying to force a square peg into a round hole. And with an offense that's basically running on the same fumes that it was running on when Elliott was there, the whole thing needed to be scrapped, thrown out the back door, and started over. And poor Streeter got stuck in all that, and he deserved to have to get fired because he recruited the wrong quarterback. That's all, you know. So hate it for DJ. DJ didn't deserve that. You know?
Where's Dabo's blame in that? I mean, he was hired because he was a coordinator, recruiting guru.
Dabo, has a lot of blame to go because he promoted Streeter when he shouldn't have. So that's his blame.
Where's the blame for the lack of recruiting from your offensive line coach?
Actually, we've gotten that better. That has gotten better over the last 2 years. Austin came in last year, first-year coach on the offensive line. He played offensive line for Clemson. He actually has done a really good job of recruiting. Now, what pisses me off is that we don't do in-state recruiting like we should on the offensive line. And I don't know why we keep losing recruits to South Carolina in-state. That's what I don't like. That bugs me.
Yeah.
So, but no, he's not a bad. I mean, I think this will be a telltale year. If the defense doesn't do well, then you're going to see a little bit of warmth on the seat coming out on the defensive coordinator. But he's going to have to really fuck it up.
I agree completely with Rec Talk. I don't know shit. Why am I on here?
Oops.
What did he say?
Well, I said I don't know shit. I don't know why I'm on here. Yeah. Someone said that he doesn't know shit. Let's see. I need to
Rec Talk.
to go. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, here it is. Yeah.
Yeah. I have to say, Rec Talk, Slim knows enough to get under your skin. That's all he needs to know.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters. So
yeah, that's
that
all.
works.
That's
it's
all
kind of like
needs, yeah.
It's like Rick Sanchez. He knows how to get under people's skin. He knows what to do. He knows what he's doing. Nah, that's good. And Rec Talk, you do too, by the way. So it's kind of cool. But anyway, I want to say this. Oh, you gonna throw a curveball at 7? Twisted. Uh-oh. Yeah.
All right. Looks like it's going to warm up this weekend and next week. So are you ready for summer or?
Finally, we're going to get summer in June.
That's right. It's tomorrow. It's going to be a high of 82. Yep, tomorrow. So, and then I see it's all. And then I see that it's all in the 80s. The rest of the way, as far
I may actually get in the pool tomorrow. Then, if that's going to be 80.
It's supposed to get up to 86 on Saturday. So.
Oh, that'll be good. No, that's good. We need that. Yeah. My grass needs that. I have summer grass, so it's struggling in all this cold California weather. Northern California. That's what it feels like.
Yep.
No humidity, 70 degrees. Northern California weather in the summer. You ever hear that quote, Vic? I think who was it? He said the coldest winter I ever had was a summer in San Francisco.
Huh. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been. Yeah. I went to. I was in San Francisco last year. Yeah, and it got really cold at night. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what his point was. Like the coldest I've ever been is a summer in San Francisco.
Yeah, that wind was really cold. Yeah, like in the evenings it got cold. Yeah.
P-Digits, they didn't win the game fairly. The reason why Clemson lost is because the coaches decided to stop running the ball. That's all. And that's all. It's dumb.
That's y'all's problem. So.
That's right. That's right.
I missed the part where that's my problem.
Come on, South Carolina. I started pulling for South Carolina during that game. I was madder than hell. I put a hole in my wall in the den in here. I had to repair it. But I was like, come on, ram it home and show these people, get this person fired. That's what I was wanting. I wanted them to get it done because I was mad then. I was madder at our team than anything else, man. Yep. South Carolina needed to teach us a lesson, and they did. Yep. Good. Mm-hmm.
And you teach y'all a lesson, even though that lesson, even though that lesson kept y'all out of the playoffs, but.
Well, whatever. I mean, we weren't.
But
a playoff
I remember
team.
that
we weren't a playoff team.
I remember that Pete said that he didn't even want Clemson to go to the playoffs because he knew they were going to get destroyed.
That's right.
That y'all were going to get destroyed in the
That's
first
right.
round. So
He's 100% correct. And I said the same thing. I said, dear God, please just beat us so we don't have to go suffer that embarrassment. That's exactly what I was saying. Because it was bad. Just watching the decision making on the coaching staff just drove me. And not to get at P digits, we let them throw all over us because our secondary was injured, riddled, and young. Okay, and so they weren't ready for prime time to go against anybody who could actually throw a damn pass. And what's his name? Who's the quarterback there? For South Carolina.
you mean Spencer Rattler?
Spencer Rattler, yeah, the snake, the new snake, not the Kenny Stabler snake. Kenny Stabler was called the snake.
Yeah, the Rattler. Yeah.
The Rattler, but when he got his mojo on and he's on that day, then he's a pretty good quarterback. And anybody that doesn't think he is, well, they're just idiots. But that being said, when we lose to teams that we should beat, and we should have beaten them, we could have beaten them if we just run the clock down and everything else.
Yep.
Then we might have gone to the playoffs, which really would have hurt my soul because we'd have gotten. Do you think the Tennessee game and the bowl game was bad? The playoffs.
No. Imagine if you had to having to play Georgia. Yeah.
Good God.
If y'all would have taken Ohio State's place, then yeah.
It would have been TCU like. That's exactly what it would have been. No doubt about it. Been all we could do to get 10 points, 15 points, and y'all would have been running the score up.
That's right. We would. That's right. We would have won by 50. That's right.
Yep. So we avoided that one. Thank you, South Carolina. May I have another? I mean, that's all. My parents were here, Vic, and I was just standing there and I was watching it, and I watched 3 series in a row, and then I just lost it. I hit that wall with my hand and then broke the damn.
You punched a hole in the wall, right?
Because I'm like, what are you doing? Idiots. And PJ just knows.
Did your hand go all the way through the wall? Or?
Yeah, didn't go through the other side, but it went through the sheetrock on one side, and thankfully I didn't hit a 2x4. That would have been bad.
You might have broke your hand. Yeah, you probably would have broke your hand if you had hit one of the piece. You had hit a piece of wood. Yeah, that would have been
yeah. PJ just knows my temper.
Studs.
PJ just knows I get hot in a hurry. Hey, P Digits, you gonna be there for the softball game this year, or are you gonna get chewed up by some more damn pit bulls? Just asking for a friend. You gotta come down there, man. Come on down.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be there as long as he doesn't get attacked by dogs. Then yeah.
I'm waiting for I got stung by all these hornets that swarmed me or something to be his next one. We'll see. See what kind of excuse he comes up with next. Hey, P Digits, I'm gonna do 2 racks of ribs and we'll smoke them before we get there, and then we'll finish them up there on the grill, and we'll have some ribs up there too.
Yep.
It'll be good. So.
Yep. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of food. So yeah.
Yep. If you go hungry up there, then somebody murder hornets.
Well, I mean, somebody will eat all of it. It's not gonna be me, but yeah, someone's gonna eat all of it. But yeah. I mean, I don't really, I don't really eat that much, so
Well, we could fix that. Yeah. It's tough to eat a lot of food. I go into a food coma if I eat too much. That's the only problem. So, I kind of wish that we could save a lot of that food for when we are hungry, because there's going to be a lot of cooking going on. By the way, are we going bowling afterwards that night?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, if that's something that we wanted that people want to do. Then yeah, I thought we were gonna do bowling. Do bowling the night before, but I think Raj said that we're just gonna hang out in his in the garage.
The Raj garage.
Yep.
So, but no, I just think it'd be great to go bowling, because everybody can just relax in the cool air conditioning, chill out, not have to go to a bar where somebody's gonna get in a fight, that kind of stuff. I couldn't believe that happened. I mean, it's cool. It's great going downtown Athens, but man, there's too much.
Yeah, I don't know. You'll have to ask Raj, but I think Raj said we're not doing bowling Friday night. But I guess you can ask him. But yeah.
Yeah, we'll ask him. We'll get it. We're getting closer though. Thank goodness we're getting there. June's coming up tomorrow, and
That's good.
1.5 week. I mean, 1.5 months away, or 1 month and 1 week away, really. Right, 5 weeks.
Yeah, so we got 30 days in June, and then another 22 days. I guess that's 52 days. So.
Are we doing it late July? I thought it was earlier.
It's July 22nd.
Okay, so then we
so
got more
52.
time.
It's 52 days. Yes.
Okay, we got
May 31st.
All right. Yep. We'll have to find a place to stay up there again, I guess. I don't know. The Colbys of the world and traveling, and those guys didn't want to get a big enough place, bed and breakfast place, or VRBO, or whatever you want to call it, so that we could all stay there. So I'll have to go struggle and find a place to stay. So it's all their fault.
They didn't get a big enough Verbo. So.
Yeah. Yeah, Twist is like I'm detecting hostility.
we got Jacob Kimberly. It's just up Jacob. He says beans.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Beans. Okay. All right. Well,
all right, we'll go, man. I'll let you roll.
Time to go ahead and end it. So.
Yeah, sounds good. Take care of yourself, everybody.
All right. See you later, Paul.
Same thing, Vic. Bye.
All right then. So, yeah, that's about it. So, but anyway, so of course I will be. Yeah, I will be on the morning show tomorrow on Uncle Lou on LouTube, of course at 8 a.m. And then I will be on Friday night at 6 p.m. Eastern. So yeah. And then tomorrow and then tomorrow I'm supposed to be doing a Florida preview and prediction with Fish and Football. So be looking for that too. But anyway, until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all again next time.